Hello, I'm Misquoted. This is a channel discussing life with hypermobility Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Today I'm going to talk about braces. Braces are a vital part of living a healthy, happy life with hypermobility disease. So you may have noticed in my foot videos I had these weird funky socks on. These are sold as neuropathy socks. I switch between buying neuropathy socks and compression socks because they have a little stronger hold to them, and I find that they help my feet feel a little bit better, more stable. You've probably also noticed me rocking my lovely ankle brace in past videos. So if you get an up-close look at my brace, you'll notice that it is lace up. Sorry, should have warned you about the Velcro. So it's crisscross, it's lace up, then crisscross Velcro, and then Velcro across the top. So it's heavily reinforced because I've had a sprained ankle for almost 2 years now. It just won't heal. I keep re-spraining it. And then you might notice I'm waving something in my hand as I talk with my hand. This is an orthotic. I went to a podiatrist and got personalized orthotic insoles for my feet. And these help ensure that I am keeping my foot balanced and my arch is supported throughout the day whenever I'm wearing my shoes that have the orthotics in them, which are the only shoes I wear. I pull the orthotics out of shoes when I switch shoes. So the other thing I wanted to talk to you, or the next thing I want to talk to you about, is knee braces. So when you are hypermobile, you have a tendency to lock out your knee in hyperextension. So it's beyond straight. And so if I'm going to be standing, like let's say I'm doing some sort of volunteer shift or something where I'm welcoming people to an event, or I'm going to the soup kitchen and standing in line at the soup kitchen, I have these reinforced knee braces that have these hinges. So the hinges prevent me from locking out my knee. I have full flexion. I'm fully able to bend my knee, but I can't lock it out. And that really, really helps me if I'm standing on my feet for something like a 4-hour shift. This makes a huge difference. And so these hinges, you set them to where you want to go. Most people who are wearing these don't want to hyper flex. We don't want to hyperextend, so we are going to set them just past straight. So this hinge will prevent my knee from straightening out entirely. The next thing I want to talk about is abdominal brace. So I had a surgery a couple months ago, and I discovered abdominal braces, which are these big white things. And what I like is, as a hypermobile person, I tend to arch my back and flare my ribs. And this is just a little signal. It tells me, hey, you're pushing your ribs out. Don't push your ribs out. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't stop me in any way. It's just, I feel it. I feel it on my ribs when I flare them, and that's helping me with my back posture. Now this is just a big white elastic band. It's super loosey-goosey. I can put my whole hand in it. It's not constraining me in any way, so it's not like shapewear, which I found impacts my digestion. I can't move my foot along if I'm wearing Spanx. I've never owned Spanx. They're way too expensive, just for the record. The next brace I want to talk about, it's going to be Velcro again, I'm sorry. It's a back brace. So this back brace I like if I'm going to be sitting. So if I'm going to a movie or a show of some sort where I'm going to be sitting, or even just out to dinner, I have a little pillow inside of it. It's not very thick, but it's just enough to help give me a little more lumbar support when I'm sitting in a chair that I didn't purchase, right? You know, it's just a chair that somebody's trying to make a profit off of selling me that seat, whether it's at a dinner table at a restaurant or it's at the theater. So yeah, and then that gives me a little more lumbar support. Oh, when I'm on a plane, it's also good to have that lumbar support. And so you can, sorry, Velcro again, you can wrap it really tight around you. I usually, again, my digestion, because, you know, just like everything else, I have loosey-goosey intestines, so they get impacted by any kind of compression. So I don't pull the straps tight. I just make sure I have that extra little bit of lumbar support, and it does distribute some of your weight across your hips better. So it's working for me in 2 ways: lumbar support when I'm sitting for a long time, And when I'm standing, it's distributing some of my weight onto my hips. And then the last thing I want to discuss, which took a lot of humble pie for me to add this to my repertoire, but a cane. So I have scoliosis, and my scoliosis makes me kind of drop to the right side all the time. And so by having a cane, it's just a little reminder for me to stand up straight. And so I don't need the cane if I'm like tooling around my house, but I do use it if I'm carrying anything. So like if I'm carrying my gym bag, if I'm going to be going to work and I have my work bag with my computer and everything for the day at work, then I'm carrying it with the cane. If I'm going for a long walk, I'm gonna have the cane with me. So this is just a cheap cane from the drugstore. It folds up for easy storage when I want to put it away, and then snaps back into place again. And so this is my repertoire of things that I use to help keep me doing well. So every day I'm wearing the foot insoles, and most days I'm wearing the compression socks of some sort. Every day I'm wearing the ankle brace because of the sprained ankle. If I'm going to be standing for a long time, then I wear the knee brace, which has the hinges to reinforce and make sure I don't hyperextend. Every day I've been wearing the abdominal brace because that helps me remember not to arch my back and flare. If I'm going to be sitting for a long period of time, I'm wearing the back brace. And if I'm going to be walking for a long period or carrying something, I use the cane to help as an aid when I'm walking. So those are the tools that I use every day. They have greatly impacted and improved my quality of life. The biggest thing I can say is something that would, like a volunteer shift used to be something that I would hurt for a day or two afterwards. I will have no pain the next day. So I've said this before, I can't reasonably expect to have no pain at all with hypermobility Ehlers-Danlos, but I can minimize the amount of pain and the length of time I'm in pain. And these are the tools that I use to help maximize the time every day that I'm not in pain. And I hope that once you start adopting these, you find that you're having more and more good quality days. So, all right, thank you so much. Have a great day. Hope you feel better.